Hi, my name's Adrian Brown, personal fitness trainer and Kung Fu instructor. I teach Shaolin Quan Shu Kung Fu. On the 25th of May, which was a couple of weeks ago, I had a serious accident and broke my neck. To put it simply, I was doing an exercise which I've been doing for the last 30 to 35 years, where somebody gets on your back and you hold them here and you do squats and get into a stance. And unfortunately, the guy slipped off my leg and came over the top, compressing my chin down into my chest, and he's broken my neck. It's broken at the C5 and C4 vertebrae. Now what I'm doing this video just to chart a little bit of my progress, to let you know how I'm getting on day by day. I haven't started from the beginning, so I will show you some stuff in retrospect. Obviously at the time I'm too traumatised to start thinking about doing a video, but this is just to try and bring us everybody up to date. Now I was lying on my back, somebody held my head still, which I was conscious, knew exactly what was going on, so I told them all to keep my head still. I could feel movement in my arms, but I felt tingling going all the way down to my fingers on both sides. And I couldn't elevate my arms at all. Got taken to the North Middlesex Hospital by ambulance. Had a great time breathing in the gas and air, which is not something to be proud of, but I got through 2 bottles of it. Got to North Middlesex Hospital, got x-rayed, and they determined the nature of my injury, which was pretty serious. I was told at that time that I probably wouldn't be able to do Kung Fu ever again, and they said that it needs operating, and the risk of the operation is that I could be completely paralysed. And at that stage I still had my legs working, still had my arms working. All I saw was ceiling tiles and fluorescent lights and lots of people's faces. So at that time, when they told me that, I was a little bit upset, I must admit, thinking I wouldn't be able to teach again or train again, but I still had the use of my legs, and they said if I didn't have this operation I would be wiped out. So number 1, I didn't die. Number 2, I wasn't completely paralysed, so I thought, okay, let's just get on with it. The next day I was taken from North Middlesex Hospital, I was taken down to the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel, and they performed an operation on me. The operation consisted of going in through the front of my neck and in the back of my neck to reposition the vertebrae and the facet joints and stabilise with bolts and plates made out of titanium. Now I've got a few pictures of the x-rays. So you can see that's where the break is. If this column should be straight, all of this lot was pushed forward, snapping, so all the ligaments. There's no bone damage, it's just ligament damage and dislocation of the joints. My spinal cord ran through this gap, zigzag up there. So luckily, if this had moved backwards or forwards, it would have snapped my spinal cord, making me probably quadriplegic, or even further, it could have been a fatal accident. Now they've completed the operation, and the operation has done. That is the front. This one here. Sorry, that is the back. This one's the front. So I've got bolts and plates going in the front and back of my neck, which is, and as you can see, everything's straightened up now, and the spinal cord is intact. Now, what I have is a limitation of movement forward and out to the sides. Now, when it happened, I had no movement at all. No movement forward, no movement laterally. I've seen some physio therapists couple of pictures that I've got here, I'll load them up to show you. Been down to see the physio in the Royal London Hospital, and I was desperate to do some exercise, so they put me on a bike. Looked great in all my gear, I'll show you in a minute, but I looked great in all my gear. Didn't really do much with that. The girl Alice showed me some exercises to do, to complete, to try and stimulate the muscle memory into my deltoids and biceps, because there's nerves that go out from the spine into the deltoid, and the one from the C5 controls the deltoid and bicep, and that's been impinged by the facet joints jumping over onto the nerve, worse on this side than it is on that side, my right side, which is weaker, and my left side, which is a little bit stronger. Now, because of this lack of electrical signals going out to my arms, not all the muscles are firing, so I've got to teach myself to refire those muscles, which has been very difficult. Seen some improvement over the last few days, so the exercises that I'm showing you now were done yesterday and the day before, which I haven't been able to do because I wasn't able to move anything out to the side, but as you can see now, there is some. That's the maximum that I can move my arms out to the side, and that's the maximum that I can move them out to the front. I have difficulty taking my hands any higher than this. Okay, and anything forward here, the arms will just drop down. Because of the nature of the injury, my triceps have not been affected, so my triceps are fine. I've got full strength in my triceps. I can actually still do tricep dips. But, you know, the ones that need working here and here, there is actually a lot of atrophy already in my deltoid muscle. You can see it's not firing. Tricep is still functional. So I'm still trying to work my, still trying to keep the strength in my triceps. So I try and lift my arms straight up off the floor. Drive the shoulder down into the floor. That's now. The scars at the moment now are looking like that on the front, and hopefully if I can get this one round at the back here, hopefully that's on film now. That's on the back. Was a surgeon named Mr. John Bull, and I think he's done a fantastic job. The people in the NHS are absolutely fantastic, and they are diamonds. You say you've got coal, you've got diamonds. These guys, absolute diamonds. They treated me like a king in hospital. Nothing was too hard for them, and I can't say any more for them. Right, okay, so that's my little introduction. I will try and adjust this video so that I can see, so you can see some of the exercises that I've been doing, and in a few weeks' time there'll be a bit of progress. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my way to my first physio appointment at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital. Let's see how this goes. Hi, so I just got back from the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital in Stanmore. I've been informed that I'm going to be a resident there over the next couple of weeks, so be getting treatment on a daily basis, working in the gym with the physiotherapists, and see what we can do. I mean, they used a needle to test my responses on my legs to see what the numbness was, and they've decided that I need to sort of stay in, so we'll see what happens from now. So I'm giving myself something like 6 months to be able to get back to normal function, you know. Obviously normal like washing and shaving and stuff like that is really quite difficult, and then in 12 months time back to doing my kung fu. I mean, I can still kick, you know, so my legs ain't too bad at the moment, but I just feel a little bit wobbly. Okay, well thanks for paying attention and listening to me. I'll post another video up very, very soon. Right, this is how one puts a t-shirt on when you can't lift your arms up. Voila. Okay, right, my first shave. I have to hold one arm up to keep the other one up. Compared to a few days ago, I couldn't even lift my arms up, so that's the limit of my bicep now. So 12th of June, still got bicep movement, which has improved quite a bit. One thing that I wasn't able to do was to turn my hand out, so now I can actually turn my hand out, I can supinate my hand, whereas I didn't have that movement before. That's all down to the biceps now starting to fire a little bit, so I'm going to keep that moving. It's okay on the left hand, on the right hand was always very, very weak. Okay, so I'm going to keep that moving. So it's the Monday and it's the 20th of June. Heading on my way now to the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital for a 5-day stay. Right, physio session coming up, and this is my physio gym. I'll give it a little bit of a scan around. I don't want to talk too loud because I don't want to disturb anybody. As you can see, I've got loads of equipment. Came in here yesterday, had some electric treatment and assisted arm treatment. So we're going to have a little bit of the same today, but I've got an hour and a half with the physio and the occupational therapist. So let's give it a go. My arm's very tired today though, because I'm still feeling it a little bit from yesterday.
Push down and bring it all the way up. And push down and bring it all the way up. And now go forward. And do you remember what we did the day before when you just try to push down? Straight up your fingers and push down. Hold it there and bring it up. And again, push down and bring it up. And push down and bring it up. And bring it towards you. And now hold it up. And now push.
Down?
Against me. So this is your right.
Yeah.
Let me just check that. Hold it here, yeah? Don't tighten it. So it's stronger.
Stronger
This
left.
one is stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So it's a bit of vibration treatment, stimulating nerves in the fingers.
Yeah, but what are you doing? Focusing on my arm.
I've had the same issue. Some people need to step
When did you
in.
have it done?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it's 5 weeks since my accident. On the Wednesday, I seem to be making progress. So I've had a bit of OT this morning where I've used the de-weighting machine and done some lovely boxing and kung fu skills. It's a learned movement pattern, so it's been very interesting to get my arms up and working. So I'm just about to do a physio session with Louise, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to be working on today, but yeah, my arms are pretty knackered, but it was great to be moving them in a normal manner today. Let's just see how this goes. Had the FES machine on, which is the electric impulse machine, on last night for 20 minutes on each arm, and I actually tried it on my biceps as well, and I could feel a contraction on my biceps, which was really encouraging. Down in the gym this morning as well, so pushing it a bit, just trying to keep it rocking and keep moving. So see you soon.
That's a little bit of a strange way, isn't it? So,
So that one's a bit stronger.
yeah.
And just do one arm at a time. So just do the left arm and back in. Just again. Left, right one side. And back in. That improves. That's a little bit.
So that's 6 weeks since my injury. I'm now in the National Orthopaedic Hospital for my 3rd week. The pain in my leg seems to have spread a little bit. Not pain, but the nerve sensation seems to have spread a little bit down my leg. But I've had some physio today where they've given me manipulation on my leg and targeted pressure on the points which are hurting, and it seems to have eased it off quite a bit now. I'm now targeting these smaller muscle groups in my body. Felt a little bit of a downer, thinking that things have gone backwards, but they haven't. They've just sort of stabilised a bit. But they're now actually focusing on all the rotator cuff muscles as they need support around my shoulder girdle. I'm managing to get some video connections to do some work, so I'll video the Kung Fu class and one-to-one training, so that's made me a bit happier. It's onwards and upwards now. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and I've come to the acceptance that it's going to be a very, very long time before I start to get better, and each day it's just a little bit by little bit, so I'm going to keep it up and stay strong. So this is my son attempting to use the FES machine up to the highest level. What number are you on, Carl?
7.
Right, stay there. I'll watch it go.
That's it. Straining.
Oh no, I can't. I'm not even going to try. No, I've got to go down.
Hi guys, right, so it's week 7 of my recovery. I'm going to try and do a little bit of work on my bag today. I just want to test out, see if my legs are working. Some of the sensation loss in my leg has starting to dissipate a bit, so I'm going to have a go at kicking this bag of mine. Starting to get a little bit stir crazy being in the hospital, but I'm home now for the weekend, and I want to see if I can do a little bit to try and stimulate some of the neuro pathways in my lower body. Don't really want to lose it. I haven't really damaged it in any way, but I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to try a little bit of kicking. Let's see how this goes. And let's have a go at this. So I've got no power in my hands, but let's go kick. Hi guys, right, so it's Friday the 15th, so I've got some really good news earlier this morning. I spoke to the shoulder specialist, one of the best ladies in the country. Her name's Anju, and she has confirmed that I do have some muscle fibre recruitment and neural pathways going to my deltoid muscles. I actually showed that I could move my hands in a fast motion rather than a slow motion, and she said that it would be great for me to start doing some boxing again and move my hands quickly, because my years of doing this kind of training has formed neuro links that are going to be still there and easier to regain. So I'm over the moon about having to get back into my boxing and my kung fu again. So let's hope this all works out well. Speak to you soon.
And moving his shoulder blade and just making sure that the head of the humerus comes with the shoulder blade as it's coming down. So shoulder blade, humerus, flat. Yeah. So that is your right shoulder blade from the back. Yeah. So when I was doing the mobilisation, I sort of had my fingers around. On this side, had them round there, and then I was holding your humerus, and then what I was doing was just taking that round your chest wall. It's complicated because there's lots of different muscles that are working, that when they're working well, they all work together at the right time. When they're not, you're just having to unpick which ones are working more than the others, trying to switch off the ones that are working too much and trying to switch on the ones that are working a bit less. Which you have done brilliantly, and it will come. It's just we've got to try and do it in a pattern.
It's 3 months to the day since my operation. Feeling very, very good at the moment. Been and seen the surgeon, and he has explained exactly what he's done during the operation, which was quite horrendous for me. Describing how he actually had to lift my head up and pop it back in place, and they were all nervous when they were doing the operation. But he says that the surgery went well, and everything seems to be healing all right. I've got a few months of sorting myself out before I can really start getting into full training again. This sort of thing, I'm just getting ready now to go down the gym and do a little workout. This pulley system that I've got here is helping me loosen up my shoulder joints. Got a bit of stiffness in my shoulder joint, which the physiotherapists are addressing. Yeah, a few little things have happened during this time. What I need to show you is what my family has taken advantage of me and got something while I was in a weakened state. Where is she? I can't find her now, she's disappeared. This is a little hooligan called Hallie. They've taken advantage. We've ended up with a cat. So it's a nice bright sunny day. I'm just going to go down the gym and give it a little go on the rower and the bike, give myself a bit of cardio. What I've noticed is that I'm starting to put on a bit of body fat around my belly due to the lack of exercise that I'm doing. Trying my best, but I'm always feeling very tired. And my journey down to the hospital was a bit, how can I say, emotional. The fact that I seem to remember going in the ambulance, pulling into the hospital at the Royal London in Whitechapel, and just lying down there and seeing the same scenery that I had before, kind of brought back a few kind of scary memories for me. Sorry about the sunshine now. There we go, that's a bit better. Right, so I'll be working out in my own gym, so I'm going to be doing a bit on the bike, getting down on a rower, and my favourite, the bag, is just going to have a little go, doing a bit of boxing. Not going to work too much because my shoulders are a little bit sore. They're taking a bit of time getting hold of the shoulder brackets that I'm supposed to have that support my shoulders as they're hanging out the sockets. But hey, I can only do what I can do. Look, see the sun shining on me? That's somebody looking out after me. I'm going to get on with it now and have a really, really decent session and see if I can work these. I'm up to about 4 kilos on the dumbbells now, and yeah, but I'm feeling pretty good. I think my legs are still a little bit sore, but with sensation down my legs, it feels like it's constantly got sunburn on it, and the nerve shooting up and down my leg is pretty uncomfortable. But hey, you know, things are getting better. My arms are coming out a little bit more to the side and out to the front, so I'm just going to keep on getting on and doing it. Speak to you lot soon. So one of Karen's clients has kindly allowed us to use a swimming pool. So if you have a look over there, that's the swimming pool we're going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some arm exercises and use the water as a de-weighting system. So hopefully that will give me some kind of movement in my arms. Okay. That feels nice because it's assisting my arms up, making it de-weighted. Still feel a bit of restriction in my right shoulder there. That's nice, good. This will be a laugh, see if I can swim.
Yeah, so just keep everything the same. If you want to do one arm at a time, you might. Can you get your hands up towards your head? Excellent. How's that feel?
It's hard to do it.
Yeah, and then come back down. Can you see? I'm going to show you the video in a minute because it'll make it easier for you to see what's happening.
Right, well this happened today. Look what I'm able to do now. This one's not so good. But this one, right, for you guys who saw me come out of hospital, know why this means so much to me.
come back.